further any interest of a political party or cause, or prejudice a political interest or political cause that is legitimate under this Constitution.
Thank you. And so if a senior member of any security agency were to, if I could have back my Constitution, if a senior member or any member really of any security agency were to engage in that activity, that would be unconstitutional.
Indeed.
It would be worthy of criticism.
Indeed.
Now, Mr. Mutuse, you are a lawyer and a leader in this country. Are you familiar with Kenya's first director of intelligence, Mr. James Kanyotu?
Mr. James Kanyotu, I have heard much about him.
Are you familiar with a saga in Kenya called the Goldenberg Commission?
Yes, I am familiar with the Goldenberg Commission.
Was Mr. Kanyotu brought before the commission to explain his role in that commission and his role in that saga?
But not when he was in office.
I'm asking, was he brought there?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you very much. You're familiar with the former director of intelligence called Brigadier Gishangi?
Yes, indeed.
During the Waki Commission, was Brigadier Gishangi called to give evidence before the Waki Commission to explain the role of the security agencies in post-election violence?
Yes, in a commission. In a commission.
In a commission. He was summoned.
In a commission, summoned by a commission.
A public commission.
Public commission.
Yes.
That was formed pursuant to the laws of Kenya.
Okay. Number 6. Now, you're with me at page 410.
410, yes.
You can see that is a newspaper article.
Yes.
What is the headline?
This is on the face of it.
It can only be on the face of it, Mr. Mutuse. We don't need to use extra adjectives to explain obvious things. What does it say?
Ruto, I was locked out of Security Council meeting 3 years ago.
Thank you. What is the date of that article at page 410? It's on the extreme right.
This is on 7th of July.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go to page 411.
Page 4?
11.
Yes.
Please read that article in full.
UDA presidential candidate William Ruto on Thursday said he was excluded from attending the National Security Council meeting 3 years ago. The National Security Council brings together the President, Deputy President, Defense, Foreign Affairs, and Internal Security Cabinet Secretaries, the Attorney General, Chief of Defense Forces, the Director of National Intelligence Service. Ruto made the revelations while explaining his take on the ongoing extrajudicial killings in the country.
Stop right there. When you played your video, you said that the problem was that the Deputy President had discussed issues of security at a time when we were having what were called the Gen Z protests. Is that correct or not?
That is one of the problems.
That's one of the issues.
Yes.
Now, the Minister for Interior was before the National Assembly last week, I believe it was, or the other week.
Yes.
And said that 42 people died during those protests. You recall?
I do not have that, but we take it as you put it.
He said 132 people are missing.
Okay.
Are you aware that cases have been filed in court, including one where the Inspector General of Police was cited for contempt over allegations that the security agencies were abducting Kenyans?
I am aware of the matters in court.
Are you aware that during these protests, property of immense value was lost?
Yes, I am aware.
Did the President of the Republic of Kenya dismiss his entire cabinet as a consequence of those protests?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Are you aware, as a member of parliament, that the World Bank and the IMF, as early as January 2024, sent a document to the government, a public document available on the website, indicating that the introduction of the reforms in the Finance Bill 2024 would lead to protests? Are you aware of that?
I am not aware.
Now, If the World Bank and the IMF had warned the government in January 2024 that there would be protests, what should a responsible government have done in the intervening period?
The government is not on trial. Rigathi Gachagua is.
That is not my question. My question was, what should a responsible government and security agencies have done?
I can't tell because I am not part of them. I'm not in the executive.
I see. Let's go back to my article at page 411. There is a sentence beginning at the same time. Start there.
At page 411, at the same time, the DP also revealed that Director of the National Intelligence Service no longer picks up his calls. This, he said, has made him unable to play a key role in ensuring an end to the judicial killings in the country, as well as the runaway insecurity in some parts of the country.
Stop right there. Go to page 412.
Page 412.
In the middle, there's a sentence beginning with the words, he reiterated.
He reiterated that the remarks he made in a campaign rally in Moyale, that he will ensure.
Read, finish.
That will ensure end to extrajudicial killings.
So the Deputy President at the time is criticizing the entire National Security Council and even disclosing, and Kenyans didn't know this, that the Director of National Intelligence no longer picked up his calls, and this is being made at a rally in Moyale. Between that and the Deputy President addressing a national crisis that was foreseen, please explain to me what the difference between those two situations is.
There is a huge difference. Number one, he begins by saying he has been locked out of National Security Council meetings. Honorable Rigathi Gachagua has not said that he has been locked from National Security Council meetings. Number two, he goes ahead and says the Director General of the National Intelligence Service no longer picks his calls. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua does not say the Director General of the National Intelligence Service no longer picks his calls.
I see, but they're talking about the Director of National Intelligence.
And our case is that.
And they're discussing things the public don't know yet, correct? Yes or no, Mr. Mutuse?
The context is.
No,
different.
Yes or no, Mr. Mutuse?
It's distinguishable. Very,
Yes,
very distinct.
yes or no?
The context is very different.
Very good. Now, you say that at this speech, the Deputy President revealed secrets. What specific secrets did he reveal?
He said, and the clip that was played, that he has been told in confidence by officers of the National Police Service. I have been told in confidence that the officers did not receive advanced security information, intelligence on the planned protests.
And this is subject to the Official Secrets Act. You can confirm this.
The oath of office is that if issues are revealed to you in secrecy, you are not supposed to make them public.
And when you made this allegation yourself, who are these officers you're saying made these secrets, gave him these secrets?
The Deputy President, in the clip that we played, from his own mouth, says, I have received confidential information from officers of the National Police Service.
Let us play for you a video here, Honorable Speaker, video number 6.
We have the most incompetent Inspector General of Police, I think, in the world. The most incompetent in the whole world. His incompetence may not necessarily play out when things are working, but when things get to a head and you need some decisions to be made, I can tell you for sure, the gentleman we have as an IG cannot make any decision.
The second one. If that could be repeated.
Ule mtu wa sinema mingi anaitwa nani ule mtu? Ule sijui anaitwa DCI, ule anaitwa nini? Ule mtu anaitwa Kinoti. Awache ujinga. Huyo bwana Kiboti awache ujinga. Sio kama tunaelewana. Huyo Kinoti hakuna kitu amefanya kwa hii kesi ya kisiasa. Yeye ni mtu ya sinema, anaendesha makesi kwa magazeti, anatuandikia barua, sijui barua ya kilomita ngapi. Mr. Kinoti, please save your time. Stop writing to us long letters. Leave matters of elections to IEBC. You have no business in IEBC. You have failed as DCI. We don't want you to fail our elections. Tunaelewana? Huyo bwana Kinoti awache hiyo ujinga yake anaendesha pale, kwa sababu natukasirisha. Huyo bwana Kinoti tunataka tumwambie awachane na watu wa IEBC wafanye hiyo uchaguzi.
Mr. Mutuse, you can stop there.
Yes.
Do you recall in the 2 years the Deputy President has been in office,
Yes.
where he called any public servant in the security sector awache ujinga?
I don't recall.
Not one.
But I also know
I'm asking us, I just asked you a simple
this was on a campaign trail.
I just asked a simple question. So you don't recall any?
I don't recall.
Yes. Do you recall him ever speaking in that tone to any officer?
I don't recall.
Thank you very much.
And there is no motion.
I'll hand over this Honorable Speaker to my colleague, Mr. Victor Swanya Ogeto.
Now, Counsel, you have 9 minutes for this witness and the other witness that are going to be called.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the senators. I'll be very brief. Mheshimiwa Mutuse, I want to refer you to your motion 45I.
Paragraph.
One, yeah.
That's paragraph 45.
Paragraph 45I, yes.
Paragraph 45, I.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you read it for us?
Additionally, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua used his office of Deputy President to exert influence and connive with the unscrupulous Ministry of Lands officials to issue an allotment letter to Amonyoro Investments Limited, a company that he owns, to acquire LR 209/12077 and LR 90923, situated at Embakasi, Nairobi, whose value is estimated at 1.5 billion Kenya shillings or thereabouts. After that, this company used the fraudulently acquired documents to support a court case at the expense of the legitimate owner of the property.
Very good. In your allegation, you have alleged that the Deputy President connived with unscrupulous officials of the ministry. Have you placed any evidence to this House or anywhere in the bundles naming those officials?
I did not place, but as far as I can remember, there is information that came through
Mr.
public
Mutuse,
participation.
please, because of time, I think I want you to answer yes or no, so that you can proceed. Have you placed any evidence?
In my motion, no, but
No.
in the,
No,
in
thank
the
you.
documents contained
Thank
in
you.
the public participation,
Thank you,
yes.
thank you, Ms. Mutuse. Now, how many letters of allotments were given to Wamunyono Investment?
I do not know,
You don't know.
yes.
Okay. Have you placed to this House any letter of allotment as evidence?
I haven't.
You have not. Okay. I want to refer you to 107, that's volume 3, 107
Volume 3?
of your documents, 107.
Just a minute. Page 107.
107, yes. 107. And I want 107. Are you there? That is NLC determination,
Volume 3, page.
volume 3, page 107.
Volume 3 of our